Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Abby, your bestie wig stylist. I have been a hairdresser for over 25 years, and now that I am a full-time wig wearer, I just like to share tips and tricks and hopefully some helpful tutorials on how we can care for our wigs. Today, we are going to recondition a heat-friendly wig with steam, but she's in rough shape. I found her in the depths of my wig closet, and she had been in a Ziploc baggie for I don't even know how long. A while. So she needs some moisture, she needs some reconditioning, she needs some style, she needs some revitalization, she needs some work, and that's what we're going to do today. I am back, and I wanted to show you what I'm talking about. And this is what has happened. You see this right here? That is completely disjointed. I don't know what that really goes to. See how it completely comes, you know, I mean, if this were a new wig, you would say it was like cold set, you know, face flopping box hair. So we've got to work on that. And I'm going to get up close. I want y'all to look at these ends. Do you see that? She just is looking kind of clumpy. And right here, and she's textured on the ends. I'm thinking I might have texturized her some, but I'll be honest with you, I really do not remember. But these ends definitely need some work, and that right there is going to drive me nuts until I fix it. So I have added a fringe to her, and let's get into reconditioning her. The things that you're going to need is a water bottle. We are going to need a fine tooth comb, such as this or this. And we're going to need some heat. So there are multiple different ways that we can apply heat to our heat-friendly wigs to recondition them, to get them looking better, refresh, and so we can get more wear out of them. That, you know, wig companies call them heat-friendly, heat-defiant. I call them heat necessary because it is a reality of wearing heat-friendly fibers. So this is what she looks like in the beginning before we get into her. She's clumpy. She's not terrible as far as, you know, what all she needs. I could wear her again. It's just I know that I'm not going to be able to wear her with that. And then there's also some cold set over here. Something going on over there. So, see that? So, let's get into her. Let's get into her. We're going to fix that. I promise. We're going to fix that. And her ends are going to look a lot better, and then we're going to restyle her. Oh, let me tell you what I'm wearing really quickly. I'm wearing John Renault Angelique in the color Shaded Mocha. I love it. She's a regular synthetic. She's a basic cap girl, and she is a workhorse and so pretty. I'm also going to do tutorials on other methods, but today I'm just going to use steam on her. I have it ready. This is my handheld clothes steamer, and what I'm going to use is I'm going to just use my comb. Look, you get it from Amazon. It just has a guide on it. You would use a guide comb, but this already has the guide built in. And I'm going to go over this with steam. And as I'm going through it, I may speed the video up, but you'll be able to see how much easier my comb or my guide. I'll use this. I may use a couple of different tools. I don't want to bore you all with this is what I'm doing. I'm just steaming my wig. Now, watch here. And I am going to go ahead and get a little lift right there. This isn't a completely straight sleek style. She does have, you know, Trend Alert has some movement and texture to her. So I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of air moving through there to get a little bend underneath there rather than making her flip out. This style goes under Trend Alert. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, that one's done. And you're gonna feel that the fibers are a little bit damp afterwards. That's great, that's what they need to be, just damp. The heat, the moist heat, seals those ends back up. Look at that. She's never going to feel, we're never going to be able to restore to brand new, fresh out of the box with all that slippery silicone on there. But we can definitely maintain our fibers and get lots of wear out of them. So let's go on to the next section. You can see here, I'll just use a comb just to be, see how I'm focusing it on the ends there? And again, I'm gonna come underneath with my comb. Turn around. I'm going to show you up close what she's looking like. See how those ends are already looking better? So you can see this is what she would look like straight on. See how one side is already looking a little bit silkier, more conditioned, and over here we still have a hot mess. So that's what it looks like. You can tell that it's damp, but it will definitely have a lot of good movement to it. So I'm going to keep going, and I may speed the video up. Here we go. She's like that, girl. I'm going to hold that. See how these fibers like here, there's a I'm just trying to go in and get a little bit on those as I go. Now, if you remember, right here is where that face flopping is coming from. So I am just going to steam all of that back together where that disjointed, separated piece was right here. So I'm going to go ahead and steam that all back. Okay, here is what this side looks like that we've steamed, and this one is still a little bit clumpy. But you can see all of that movement. You can see that this has some good movement in it, the side that we steamed. So I'm gonna go ahead and steam the rest of this gal, and then we'll get her back on. Take a look at her. Okay, here's what we have now. I can tell we're gonna need to do a little bit more work right here, up here in the bang area, but I'm gonna let her air dry just a few minutes. It'll probably take 5 or 10 minutes. Let her air dry, and when I come back, we'll plop her on and then we'll take it from there. Now, don't you think that looks better already? I like the fringe on this. I just want to blend it in a little bit and get a little bit of bend. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the Longe Le Duo on the lowest heat setting, and that is 280. So we have that fixed. You saw how easy that was, right? And I know these are too long for a traditional bang, but I am just going to side sweep them when we style them. So I'll show you what we're going to do with that. Now let's get this a little bit better here. I don't know what's going on, but let's blend this in. Let's meld those together, the body of the haircut and this fringe a little bit better. I'm going to do that with heat, of course. And I am just going to hold it right there. I'm going to kind of pinch that together, that fringe into the body of the haircut. I'm going to put a little water on here. You see how she's still a little janky right there. So let me add a little heat to that real quick before I forget. You'll hear the sizzle. There we go. And just let her cool there a minute. I can feel that definitely helped. All right, just let her finish. We're gonna go over here and work on this side a little bit more. I'm just gonna take my Longe Le Duo again on 280, And I'm just going to get a couple of waves, a couple of bends in there just to create texture. I'm not looking for a defined curl, just some texture. See that? Just a wave. This kind of reminds me of Beltress, Los Angeles a little bit. Somewhere between Madison and Los Angeles. She's a little shorter at the nape, but it's that same kind of concept where it is more of like a traditional stack swing bob with a little bit of texture and movement. Not a blunt cut. And remember, I'm just letting these kind of cool as we go. These fibers feel so much better. All right, there we go, got that. You can do all of this on a blockhead, but I still like styling on my own head just because it is reminiscent of me doing my bio hair, right? And, you know, I've done hair for so long and it's just part of my life and I just enjoy it. But, you know, I don't want reconditioning and heat treating our ends and maintenance to feel like a burden. If you just have to get it done, just put it on the blockhead. Go through it with your flat iron and be done with it. You know, you don't have to always take your time with it. Let's see what we have over here now. Okay, that's good. I have a mirror over here if I have to look over here. We'll go right here one time. It's damp, so I can hear that little sizzle. Don't let the sizzle scare you. It's not actually burning the fibers. It's just the water that's hitting the heat. Okay. There she is with a smooth bob. I love shaded biscuit. Look at this color. Isn't it just one of the best? All right. I might speed it up while I add this curl. All I'm going to do is the same thing I did on this side. I know it looks like a crazy curl. It's okay. Look there. Give it in, and then you kind of just pull down. See that? Just a bend, not even a curl, just some texture. See that? Just not stick straight because we had the steamer to condition at the end, and now we're just trying to get a little bit of texture inside back. Put one right here. Okay, look in there real quick. Look how we fixed that. Isn't that so much better? Right there. Now, if you noticed, I did not use any kind of heat protectant. I haven't put anything on there except water and heat. The more product I use, the more maintenance it requires. So I've let her cool down a minute. See what she looks like? I'm gonna put some water on her just to get through those fibers a little bit easier. Now I'm just gonna use my hands. You see me take my hand like a claw all the time. And I use my fingers the most because I feel like I have the most control. All right, guys, what do we think? What do we think? We have reconditioned and restyled my Gabor Trend Alert with steam and a flat iron. So what do y'all think? I think she looks so much better. She look good? Do you see what I mean? I was just trying to get some texture, not really a defined curl, just texture and movement. All right, guys, I hope y'all found this tutorial about reconditioning, refurbishing, applying heat and maintenance to my Gabor Trend Alert. I hope y'all found this helpful. I'll turn around and give you one last spin. And remember, this was just to get rid of those frizzly frazzly ends. We correct this box hair. Actually, it was a Ziploc bag hair where it had been in that bag for so long. We reconditioned these ends, and we just wanted to get some texture with my flat iron. Not definite curl, just a little texture. Let me show you the back. how she looks like Madison in Los Angeles by Beltris? Kind of a mixture combo. But you can tell that she definitely is looking her best now. So thank you all again for joining me for this tutorial, and I hope it was helpful. Y'all have any questions, feel free to let me know, and stop back by and see me again. Thanks, guys.